know, and the anger that a lot of Kenyans have, or their frustration, is the fact that there are so many taxes and levies that are imposed on petroleum products. And the argument currently is that, can the government do away with some of these levies and taxes, and what would be the cost of that?
Jimmy, let me tell you something. There are two things that this government has done that should be appreciated. Number one is to ensure continuous supply of fuel. You go to Burundi today. Yeah. What decision have they taken? That you cannot take more than 30 liters of fuel per week. There are some countries where they have told staff to work from home. People are taking desperate measures at this time because we are in desperate times. We need to also look across and see what is happening elsewhere. Look at the United States of America. The United States of America, which is a net exporter of fuel, the prices have shot up 80% higher. Now, let me come back home to this question about levies. If you look at those levies, the levies and the taxes are supposed to help our development agenda. This economy is a big economy, Jimmy, and we all know it. First, take the roads, for example. There is road maintenance levy in this in the price of fuel. We need to maintain our roads, and we need to do our roads. If you are going to remove the road maintenance levy, are the Matatu operators going to be willing, and now the rains have just stopped, are they going to be willing to drive in potholes? Or, because one must give way for the other. Yeah. If we are not going to have these taxes and these levies, it means we are going to stop a number of things. So we have to weigh.
Waziri, some will argue that even with all these taxes and levies, we are still driving in potholes.
No, but assuming they were not there. Look, but the truth is that the government has also been doing a lot in maintaining our roads. We have probably in this region the longest kilometers of paved roads in this region. Yeah. We are the only middle-income economy in this region. The others are low-income economy. You go to our neighboring countries without mentioning them, you'll find some countries have only 6,000 kilometers. How many do we have? Over 20,000, and we're still doing more. Some politicians, because of populism, have been saying and calling for us to remove the 7 shillings. They know that is not possible. Why? Because the 7 shilling has already been sold out. And that is how we raise money, through securitization. The roads that had stalled and people were complaining have now been jump-started. Are we going to compromise on long-term development of the country for short-term expediency? It is not. Okay. And we don't know, by the way, how long this will take. There are measures already that we have taken, Jimmy. Right, one of them is that we are using the stabilization fund to cushion. And we have already spent, between April and now, we have already spent 11.2 billion to cushion and reduce prices. We have reduced VAT. VAT reduction to 8% in 1 month costs this economy 12 billion. And now it is 2 months. That is 24 billion. If it goes for the whole year, it is almost 300 billion. We must sit back and ask ourselves, yes, we have a crisis to deal with, but can't we deal with it in a way that does not also disrupt the entire macroeconomic fundamentals of the country, given that we don't know how long this crisis is going to persist?
And speaking of this question, Waziri, how much do we have left, and how long will that is that going to take us?
So, before this crisis began, we had 17 billion in the fund. The first month, when the crisis hit us, because we had some stock that cushioned us for some time. Yeah. So, in the month of April, the first adjustment that came, we applied 6.2 billion to cushion and stabilize. And we could not just exhaust the fund because we didn't know how long this is going to take. So we spent the 6.2 billion. This month we are spending another 5 billion. We will be left with just about 5 billion to take us to the end of June. And then hopefully in the next financial year, we will again now have or collect more of this of the funds into this fund. So we are doing something, and including also that VAT reduction.
All right, so Waziri, I was at a forum where you tried to explain why